Bridge Business. Let's chalk it up, baby. BridgeBizness. Come on, man.
Let's go.
Come on. We got the champ here, Stephen Fulton Jr., aka Cool Boy Steph. He's here, man. Big round of applause, man. Come on.
Yes. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yo, thanks. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Welcome to BridgeBizness. That's Big Horse right there.
Hey, peace, Stephen. How you feel, man? How it feel being a champ, man? How do it feel being a champ right now?
It feels great. I'm getting nothing but love.
Yeah, did it rub in yet? Like you start feeling it? Because at first you wasn't
not all the way.
Not all the way yet?
I feel it, but not all the way yet. I'm gonna get it out though.
How the city loving it? How the city loving you? I know the city's showing you so much love right now.
Yeah, they show me a lot of love.
That's what's up. You know, I was first of all, congratulations. I got a chance to really sit and watch your fight against Leo, and bro, you got that eye of the tiger. I'm not, no pun intended. I know that's a Rocky reference, but you got that eye of the tiger. And you and I communicated a while back, and ever since then I've been like, okay, let me check the boy out, see what he's doing. Did my research, I'm Philly official. Of course, they love me in Philly, right? And so I start calling around. And I was talking to my man Freeway, and I was asking him about you, and he was like, yeah, man, he's from the same neighborhood I'm from. That's true?
Yeah. Yeah. We all from the same, roots.
Uh-huh. What is that? West Philly? Where you from? North Philly?
My mom and my father north, and we moved to west. So I'm raised in west, but I always was in north. So it's they right over the bridge. So it's right there together.
What was that like, man, growing up in West Philly? Because you talk to Freeway, you talk to Beans, and you might that's a whole nother lifestyle. I remember going to Philly, hanging out with Benny Siegel, and just going into the different neighborhoods, and I was looking like, man, Philly is different, bro. It's a different kind of challenge.
It's definitely different. It got its ups and its downs with it, but once you used to it, that's home. So that's home.
Hey, let me get into the champ a little bit. Hey, what was it like growing up in Philly? Like for people that just started looking at boxing, they just turned the TV on the other day and they just saw you put it on a show the other day, was like, wow, who is this dude? Where he came from? What is it that you want people to know? That this wasn't you 18-0, you're a champion, 19-0, excuse me, you 19-0, you're a champion, you from Philly, and that's Philly has, some of the best fighters that ever was created, the greatest fighters. What is it you want people to know about you?
I want everybody to know the type of person I am. It's not all about being a head honcho with me. There's other great boxers coming from the same city as me. So when they be champion, I'm gonna be happy for them. So just as well as he was happy for me. And that's the type of person I am. I just wanted to see that. I wanted to see that other side of me in that ring. I wanted to see that I'm not just a boxer I can dog people out. I want to show is other aspects in my arsenal that I got. It's other things in my life that I would like to present.
So
boxing is just the start of it. Boxing is just the start of it for me.
So what made you start boxing from the first? What made you start boxing? What got you into boxing?
My father, he was in prison for 10 years. So he came home when I was 10.
Okay.
We're Muslim, so we went to the mosque and everything, made prayer and everything. We seen a family friend that we always knew. I knew them since I was a baby. And my dad kind of walked up to him, reunited, asked them how they was doing, what they were getting into, and he said they was training kids. So then my dad just looked at me. I was like, you want to box? And I was like, I don't care. I wasn't doing nothing anyway. So it was I always wanted to be a part of something like basketball, football, or something. But my mom's a single mom. I could never get into those type things. So,
man, when was the first time you got punched in your face in the boxing ring? How did that feel?
I mean, punches hurt, but how did I react off it was more so the question. How did I react off it? I kept it cool. I kept my cool, and ever since then, I just knew I want to do this. Most people get hit and want they hit back. I got hit and I stayed calm, and I waited for my sneaky time to get it right back, and I got it back.
So you already had the science in you naturally, like you wasn't even trained yet.
Yes.
So is that how they looked at you? Like, this guy is a natural? Did you hear people saying that?
Everybody say that.
Mm-hmm.
I just got natural. I'm athletic. I don't know. I feel like this is what I was made to do. So it's like.
Did you watch boxing growing up? Did you watch boxing? Like, look at a couple of boxers?
No, I never watched boxing growing up. That's the thing. But as I got into sport, I started to learn more about it.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't like I didn't have no male role model in the house, or no male in the house that was just like had boxing. It was just me and my mom and 3 sisters. So I was around all females playing. They playing house and everything. I'm in my own room. Then they don't learn about no boxing, no basketball, no ESPN, no nothing.
That's crazy, man. Did you, like, I know a lot of boxers that once they started training, once they started learning how to box, they didn't box in the streets no more. So if anybody tried to push up on them, challenge them, because a lot of folks would challenge. After you start learning how to box for real, did you ever have any more street fights?
Nah. Yo, I don't remember the last time I street fought anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I ain't fighting years.
Yeah.
Like, things just changed. Your attitude towards it changed as well.
What do you mean?
Because you know what you can do. So it's like, man, I ain't about to feed into that, man. Go ahead. But just don't touch me, though. It's on that type time.
Mm-hmm. Growing up Muslim, I find that really interesting because being Muslim, you know, it's certain things you don't do. It's certain foods you don't eat. You know what I mean? It's certain practices you have. You know, devout Muslims, they praying 5 times to the east every day. Is that how you grew up?
Yes, but I can't say I grew up making all prayers because my father wasn't around. So being honest, my mom was like sending me to church with my aunts and stuff like that. So when my dad came home and took over, that's when I got back in the correct way of living. And more so the religion.
I like how you said that, Horse, the correct way of living.
Yeah. Hey, so right now, since you fought Leo, was that the hardest dude that you really trained for since you was coming off of COVID and stuff like that? Was that the hardest dude you had to train for? Because I think Leo seemed like he wasn't the type of fighter that you was about to fight, that you knew you was gonna run in there and knock him out. I thought you was gonna go for the long run. So was that what you was training for you was willing to go to the distance with this guy?
I always prepare and train to go the distance. If it ends up being a short night, that's the better part of it. But I feel like we all should train for the distance, because you never know. It might be that one guy in there like Leo or somebody tougher that's going to take you the distance. And you got to be prepared to go the distance.
You know, watching you box the other day, man, it brought it back to the old school of the art of boxing, man. I mean, you put on a great performance, man. I mean, it was one of the greatest performances I've seen somebody fight. Because I mean, Leo wasn't no dude. Like he was coming to get it. Every time you gave it to him, he came and got it. And I mean, you gave it to this dude. And I think some of these young fighters, they need to look at that. They need to look at the art of fighting that you put out there, that you presented the other day, because you was trying to finish him, but you was putting it all together. You was working, you was putting it all together, and you got so much in your arsenal. You got so much. I mean, I know there's a lot of guys that said that you run and you this, that, and the third, but man, the other day, man, you put on a show, my brother. I mean, for real.
I prefer fighting. Like, I prefer to fight. But
it's Styles that makes the fight, though. It ain't, you know, sometimes you gotta, you know, you gotta set guys up, you gotta set traps, you gotta set certain things. So maybe that's the way that you do things, right or wrong?
No, for sure. I'm sneaky in the ring.
What do you mean by that? Like, you just kind of wait it out? Like, you taking in information?
We can play the wait out game. I'm super smart when it comes to fighting. More so mentally breaking my opponents down, just as well as physically. That's why I say I'm sneaky. I got a sneaky style in there. People from the outside looking in, like, oh, he do this wrong, he do that wrong. But when you get in there with me, it's a whole totally different story.
It seemed like in your corner was seeming like they wanted you to box a little bit more. But I feel like if you would have went there and box, the judges might looked at it a little different. It seemed like you went in there and said, you know what, I'm taking this. I'm gonna run in there, I'm taking this. And that was the mindset that you had? You running in there and you taking this?
Yes, the mindset that I'm gonna go to the game plan was to actually box him early rounds, then take the fight to him. But once I got in there and I seen the type of fight he was bringing, I said, no, I I can't box right now. I gotta bring him. I gotta show them what I'm made of. And when I did that, I noticed like the third, fourth, fifth round that he started to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
He was taking more than what he was dishing.
Mm-hmm.
And in those type of situations, you got to be able to take what you can dish out.
Is that the first time you did that with your corner? Like they was like, yo, do this, and you was like, nah, I'm gonna do this. Is that the first time you ever did that in this fight?
Yeah, that's probably the first time. But I warned them though. Like I let them know a couple times, like, yo, I'm gonna have to get in there and fight. Even like when I was training, like in Philadelphia, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to get in there and fight. They're like, yeah, but just be smart and box first. I'm sitting there like, all right. But the whole time I'm preparing myself to fight.
You knew it was coming down the pipeline, right?
Yeah, I already know.
So what's next, man? Who you want next, man? Is it Michael Conlon? Is it Figueroa? What's gonna happen?
I want the winner out of Figueroa and Luis Neri for that WBC and that WBA. I want the winner out of them. That's a unification bout. I got the WBO. So that pissed me closer to being undisputed. And that's all what I always wanted to do, be the first undisputed. Then Michael Conlon can also, get it. We can also fight. That'll be a big fight.
Mm-hmm. So that's the goal, to be the undisputed, like, super bantamweight champion, right? Have you looked further than that yet? Because when I look at like careers of people like, let's say, a Manny Pacquiao, who started even lighter and ended up, being champion in like 9 different divisions, is that your ultimate goal in the end?
My ultimate goal, being realistically and being smart for my health and not just about the money, I would say maybe after I accomplish that, 2 more weight classes, 26 and probably 30, then on to movies or something, or just in the business, commentating and doing other things.
Really? Do you have a
I already have not to cut you off, I already have a seafood spot, like restaurant that's in Chester.
You have a crab spot, right?
Yeah.
This is called.
So it's like I'm trying to start it.
Let's talk about that. That's why we call this BridgeBizness. It's also about business. And that's the thing I found fascinating about you, is your crab shack. What is it called?
CBS Crabs.
Okay. And how long have you had it?
We opened it July 16th, the day before my birthday, 2020.
So you were 22 years old or 20?
No,
21.
I was the age I am now.
Oh, you said, I thought you said 2016. Oh, okay.
No, I said 2020.
I was like, damn, man, them Philly boys be hustling. So when you open a business, like, that's different from, you're a business yourself. Your brand is a business. And I love the way you carry yourself. It's going to come to you. I see it happening. You bringing a lot of attention to this weight division. I see that happening. But I like the way you think. That's what Freeway said to me. He said, man, he really smart. He got his thing together. How did you learn how to open a business like that? Did you do research?
Me and my coach, Wahid, the one that was in the ring with me, me and him, he honestly taught me and kind of changed my mindset on just wanting jewelry and cars and stuff, and more so on the generational wealth and breaking generational curses. So once he like kind of got in my head about that, he took me on a ride, showed me a couple of his properties and everything. So it kind of changed my perspective on a lot of things, and how I was like looking at money and like it ain't nothing. Man, once I hit like 24, 23, I started doing inspections. I got my own inspection station. I got my homies, they own inspection station. I was like 24 years old when I did that, right off of him, because that's how he started off doing a car inspection. So once I started doing that, it helped me with just managing money and everything like that, and just knowing how to handle my own business. And I'm still like learning along the way, but now we got a crab spot and it's doing good.
So
let me.
Well, I was going to ask you this real quick, Horace. We're gonna both benefit from this question. This might be one of the most serious questions we're gonna ask you tonight. If we go to your craft place, can we eat for free?
Yeah, I'll take care of y'all.
Cool boy.
I done gave out free dishes already.
So
yeah, for sure.
My guy.
So it seemed like the plan for you is to be retired at 30 from boxing. Have your belts, and by 30, have your businesses running. You be a champion by 30. You think that is that the plan for you right now?
I probably go a little bit more above 30, like 33, 34.
Yeah,
Give me
you
that.
know that.
Let me
Yeah.
get a little of that. Let me get a little bit of
I
that.
give you that. All right, good. Because you know why? For you to be the age you are and you invest in and you're doing a lot of good things like that, you know, sometimes it's the legacy that a lot of boxers fight for. So it's the legacy that you're doing, but you're building for that future, that wealth, like you said. You learn from your, you know, shout out to your coach, you know, shout out to him, you know, your trainer.
And it doesn't stop here, so I have to do it for like the ones underneath me. It don't stop just at me. That'd be selfish of myself.
That makes sense. You know, when I look at boxers like yourself, who is very well versed, obviously invested in the science, the sweet science of boxing, well-rounded, and then also well-rounded mentally outside of boxing, it is totally, I won't say 100% opposite, but when you usually hear those stigmatized stories of boxers, they usually get, by the time they in boxing, they broke, they ain't got no money, you know, physically and mentally, you know, they're damaged. And it's always a sob, you know, it's just a sad story. You know, these legendary, iconic people, and you see them broken down and at their worst. But talking to Teofimo, talking to Danny Garcia, talking to you know, Teofimo said something to me really interesting when he came on our show. He said, Sway, we the new generation. We that new wave of boxers right now. It's a new movement coming over. That's why you see Garcia trying to call his fights and going hard. And you see all these different things. Is that a general consensus amongst the young boxers? We're going to do this differently. We're not going to end up broke at the end of the career.
For sure. I feel like this generation is more so on top of it because we've learned from the mistakes of the past generation. I can't say we just up and just wanted to do that on our own. No, we learned from people, from others before us mistakes. So that's more so what it is, as well as us wanting and seeing. I'm seeing like, I'm not going to, the influencers like rappers and everybody seeing how they getting it is, of course, we're going to want to keep up. Everyone wants to keep up with that image and want to keep up with those type of people. So that as well as fighters wanting better because we seen the past fighters mess up in those positions.
I like that.
Yeah, with promotion, far as promoters, you being a champion and you know you coming up, being 19-0, how hard was it? I mean, how hard is it to get like a big promotion company to come snatch you up? Like, you know, you got Mayweather Promotions, you had Golden Boy and all of that. You know, is that, you know, who you being promoted by right now? Like, what's your promotion company now?
See, I don't have a promoter. I got Al Heyman. Al Heyman, my manager. So
okay,
that's he bigger than promoters.
Al Heyman, your manager? Oh, you good money, man.
Yeah, Al my manager. So it's like, but shout out to TGB Promotions. They definitely put on a great show for like alongside us. They definitely put a great show on, which me and Angel Leo, that was promoted by that, and Mayweather's Promotions. So shout out to Mayweather Promotions as well. And shout out to Showtime.
Hey, man, Crunk Gym is famous, man. Emmanuel Stewart, to me, legendary, iconic trainer. Shane Mosley, Tommy Hearns, you know, Lennox Lewis. But the Crunk Gym, man, that thing got a legend attached to it, man. What do you know about Crunk Gym?
In the amateurs, it was always like young kids coming up wearing the what was that? The yellow, the red. It was those type of colors. Like they had those old school uniforms, the blue, the Detroit, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, they had that type of style, that type of swag. So and then Emmanuel Stewart, that's the only one I really learned from besides like the guys you just mentioned. He still was around during the Golden Gloves. He was out the Golden Gloves not the year that I won, but my very first year out in the National Golden Gloves. So I met him, and it was just like a wonderful experience. So just to know somebody that came from that era, that gym when it was like lit and popping.
Yeah. Nassim Richardson, legend in his own right, iconic.
Like, I'm the last fighter he worked with, so. My first time meeting him, I didn't really knew the history on him. Like, I can't lie, very, very, very first time. But I always heard of him. So I met him. That as time started going on, he just been helping me and my coach and things like that. He was helping us since we was in the amateurs, letting us hold their official pro scale. And everybody know how hard it is, like looking for a scale out in them tournaments to see if your weight the right weight. So he was like been doing little things and been putting out messages about us. Then he started working with helping alongside my old coach. train me, and he got sick at the end of it all. But I was the last fighter he was working with.
Oh, that must be an honor, man. You should be honored by that, right?
Hey,
Sure.
You know what? I seen your Instagram the other day, and I seen you giving you was passing back that jewel to the youngins from Philly, the two boxing twins, and you was telling
Randy
them,
twin.
yes, the Brandy quiz, man, great kids, man, and the stuff that you was telling them was great, man. I mean, you was telling them like, yo, you don't have the average normal childhood as most kids. You know, people ain't gonna understand, but when you want to be a champion, these are the type of things that you have to sacrifice to become this. Is that something that you had to go through?
For sure. I feel like that helped me and shape the man I am today. To learn that discipline of the sport and making those sacrifices. People would never know the backstory of it until they're put in those shoes. So everybody will always say, "Oh man, you're only missing out on the holiday, man. Go, you got something a bigger ahead." But in reality, we want to be able to do the same thing y'all doing, but we have a bigger goal to accomplish. And those are the part of those sacrifices that we're gonna have to make. And I have a son, so I had to teach him to learn like how to sacrifice. But I feel like people just don't understand what boxers have to go through in the sport, and not just inside the sport, but outside the sport. We still gotta train. Then you got your female problems or your family problems outside the gym. You take all that in the ring with you, as well as sacrificing. So it's like that was basically my message to those young kids. Like, enjoy yourself while y'all doing it, but this ain't a game, but to make the best out of every situation and learn how to control yourself and sacrifice.
Are you when you say female problems, you got a son, are you with the son's mom?
Oh no, but I don't have female problems.
Okay.
No,
What do you no. I mean, do you have time to date? You know what I mean? When you're a boxer, how does that work?
I have a girlfriend.
Oh, you got a girlfriend. All right,
I'm
cool.
with somebody.
You with somebody? He grown man, horse.
Yeah.
And so if these guys in that weight division start ducking you, is there a chance you might move down and clean that 118 up?
No, I can't make that.
You can't do that?
Listen, I'm big at my weight class already.
Well, I would say
I can't make that.
You can't make that?
Yeah, I can't make that.
You couldn't make that? Man, let me ask you this, man. Danny Garcia's, we actually had Danny Garcia on BridgeBizness as well. And you're the only fighter right now, the only champion boxer and that holds a belt from Philly right now. Danny actually had a belt before and been fighting and regained it. Is it a camaraderie amongst, Philly boxers like you, Danny, and all the other ones coming up, or everybody just moving like individual islands?
Man, it's in the middle of that. I can't say we all just moving individually though, but it's in the middle of that.
Mm-hmm. Why is that? Y'all from the same city.
I mean, nobody, like, we all like each other, but everybody be having their own thing. Yeah. Everybody has their own thing, I guess.
Okay.
I can't really touch on that. Like, everybody just had their own thing.
You know what it is you popular in the ring, like you bring your A game in the ring because it seems like you focus so much on training, and you got a lot of these celebrity internet Instagram guys now, a bunch of followers that's champions or contenders and stuff like that. How do you feel about that, knowing that, like, come on, these dudes they don't really want no smoke, but they got a bunch of followers, they got the fans gassed? How do you feel about that, especially like getting your message out there, like, come see me, man, I'm trying to be unified?
Well, those guys that's in my weight class that's like that, I think I'm the littest in the weight class. I mean, Mick Collins just moved up. Moved down, but it's like, I still think I'm the littest in the weight class. I'm the littest in the weight, so I don't really look at them like, I don't really got to do too much bargaining.
Yeah, after that performance, man,
I beat 8 undefeated fighters out of my 19 fights. Nobody doing that. Nobody done that. That's and big. Become world champion and break a record and become the third most punches thrown in a fight in that same night. So it's like, after a year layoff, so I ain't got to bark to them. Like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying?
And you said
they already know.
and you said you have more left. You couldn't believe that. You was like, come on, that was it. You said you're gonna go for the record now. You said you're gonna go for the record now. I was like, wow, you put on the show. You like that was it.
I gotta break that record now. That's what I like doing. I like breaking people's records.
I saw you tweet that you want that record for the most punches in the round. What is the record?
They just told me it was like 1,500 and something.
Damn, 1,500 punches? Come on, man. You might go to jail if you hit somebody 1,500 times, man. Come on, man. 1,500. How hard is it to do that though? Like, I guess with the discipline and the training, everything's possible.
Everything is possible when you do things. I mean, it ain't just whether you do it, is if you do it the right way. That's how I look at it. You just gotta do it the right way. But practice makes perfect. You stay in the gym, even if you're not in the gym. You know how it is when you're a ball player, somebody walk around just, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. We walk around throwing punches in the air, shadow boxing. So it's like, I don't know. You can't really. But as far as my mindset on throwing that many punches, I didn't think I was going to just throw that many punches. I thought we just was going to rumble. I ain't even know how many punches it was. I just was fighting. I ain't think about the punches until they said. That's why I was like, damn, you sure it was that many punches? But then when I thought about it, I'm like, we really was in there rumbling. Like, we was in there getting it in. So that's how it was on my behalf as far as throwing that many punches. But
I seen some place that you said that you could have did better. That you was like that performance that you put on. You felt like you could have did better than what you put on, and I thought it was a great performance. What you felt that you could have did better in that night?
I feel like I could have did a lot more better. I feel like my defense could have been a lot better in that fight. But taking a year off, of course, I'm gonna have a little bit of flaws in my game, but I feel like it's still a lot that people have yet to see of me.
It was that ring rust. It was hard to shake that off. The
I don't think I really had ring rust. It just was like I'm back.
It was more
like so I'm back.
I know it didn't look like you had ring rust. I know that.
How did COVID affect you physically, if at all? What was it like? Your experience?
Oh man, my body was hurting. When I ran one night, my nose was bleeding. It took like a loss of breath, headaches. My body was aching and felt like the inside was like vibrating. And then it was like it just had me up and down. Like my body was up and down. At moments I feel like, all right, I'm good, then right back down like within a couple seconds. So it was like messing me up a lot. I run up the steps and run out of breath. But I just was training for a 12-round fight. So it messed me up.
Yo, people got to take it seriously. Like a lot of folks.
Yeah, that's an unexplainable feeling though. Like I ain't know what it was.
And they had you down. Well, thank God you here with us today, champ. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Let me ask you this: when we had Devin Haney, who is, I'm from Oakland originally, so naturally I'm a big fan of Devin Haney, and we were talking about all of this talk around their division, around Gervonta Davis or Ryan Garcia or even Teofimo, all of these guys want to fight each other, but nobody want to fight Devin Haney. And I was asking him, like, what's your history with these folks, like in the amateurs or even in sparring? And he was like, yeah, man, we all sparred before. We all know each other.
Yeah, everybody sparred.
So everybody sparred, right? So
yeah, everybody sparred each other.
So who have you sparred? What's some of those big names other than Frampton that you sparred with?
I sparred Tank before. I sparred Devin before. I sparred Shakur. I sparred Boots. I sparred everybody.
Really? Wow. So I'm gonna name the boxer. You tell me what you remember about the sparring. Like, what was it like sparring with Tank?
Listen, all of them. You gonna have to answer for all of them. All of them was good work. All of them was good work. I can't really go off of sparring. If we spar, we there to learn more so. But if it get to that point where people just wrecking out, then oh yeah, I'm with that too. But with those guys, it was just all strictly just good work. I ain't got really nothing to say about them. I definitely put stuff down in the gym though, but that was good work with them.
Did you learn anything from any of them sparring sessions? Did you pick anything up from it? Like,
I learned from everybody. Yeah, I learned from everyone. Seriously.
Boxers be real secretive about that sparring, man. I don't know what that's about, man.
Because it's like, It's fun. That's like us playing 1-on-1 in the gym, and then we gonna talk about it at an NBA game when we about the ball.
Okay.
That's so like that.
The sparring ain't gonna make a difference when it comes to the championship.
It ain't gonna make a difference when it comes when that clock running ain't gonna make a difference. And them little behind gloves on, it ain't gonna make a difference. We spar in 16s. People fight in 8-ounce gloves.
Okay.
So that's fist. Like so, and you got headgear on when you sparring. So it's like, dang, they don't really matter. To me, it don't. Some people take sparring serious, but that don't really matter. Like,
I like how you mentioned
Floyd can tell you all that.
What Floyd can tell
Floyd can tell you all that.
That the
sparring don't matter. Sparring don't matter. It's been plenty times somebody got over on him in sparring. With them little ass 8s on, they ain't doing none of that. For sure.
It makes that much of a difference, huh? You know what I like
about
you said out of my 19 fights, 8 of them was undefeated. And you know, most people be trying to protect that 0. They be trying to protect that, oh, that ain't something you interested in doing. You trying to take the biggest and the best immediately.
That's exactly how it was. I gotta say how it was. Because now it's about being smarter, but still taking certain risks. But coming up, it was just, what's up? All right, I got to do that to get to where I need. All right, come on, let's fight. I know I could beat him anyway. I was more so on that type of mindset.
So how do y'all factor in who's next? Like, do y'all put them on the board and go, okay, if we was to fight this person, we could get 2 more titles in our quest for unification?
I believe my matchmakers handle that.
Okay.
My matchmakers handle that. Then they'll just come to me with the idea and where can that lead us? And then I make the decision right then and there.
So you make the final decision?
I mean, it's up to me who I want to fight.
But right now, they all know that you want to be unified right now. Right now, the goal is to be unified. You fight everybody with a belt in that division. And
I can become the first ever undisputed at this weight class.
Yes.
On,
and that's what I want to do.
Come on, man. Man, it's been really fun since I can't remember when we first communicated. I feel like it was on Instagram or something, and I start really.
No, it was
What was that at?
Look, mind you, remember I told you I had a year. That was my first time fighting. When me and Angelo Leo fight, it been a year since I fought.
Yeah.
January 25th, I fought on Danny Garcia card. I opened up. I was the first TV fight, but I was down there with Freeway Rick Ross.
Yes. At the station.
I forgot where we was at.
At Sirius XM. We was at Sway in the morning. Yeah,
we got there. We took the pick in there.
Yeah, that's where it was.
We took the pick down there.
Yeah, you came up to the show.
That was around January. That was around January 23rd. January 23rd or 24th.
Yep.
Because it was the 24th. I fought the 25th.
And I started. That's right. Freeway Rick Ross was bringing. That's the homie. So it's just been great watching you ever since, man. You're a talented dude, bro. You're a talented individual, but and equally important, I love your mindset. I love your lifestyle, how you live in your life. It's very balanced, and so I think you're a definite asset to the profession of boxing.
Appreciate that.
Let me ask you this, though. When we talking Philly, man, Philly is known for 2 things in hip hop: the dopest DJs and some fly ass MCs. Now, I'm curious too, who's your top 5 Philly MCs that you grew up listening to that you like right now?
That I grew up, or that I just like right now?
All together, both. I
gotta put Meek in there.
Okay, Meek.
I like Meek. I like Uzi.
Mm-hmm.
Beans definitely fit on for the city. And this ain't in no specific order.
Yeah.
Beans fit on for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
You got Black Thought from the Roots. You got Cassidy. You got Freeway.
I can't. No, but I don't really listen to them.
Okay.
I respected them though, but that's not who I listen to.
P&B Rock.
He just said the same thing. P&B Rock. P&B definitely put on. I gotta put him in there. And there'll be one more. Who else? Who else could I like? I don't have nobody off the top.
AR?
Who?
AR?
See, he said AR.
You had to go with the Gunners. The Gunners put in.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Young Guns.
Young Guns. Okay. Is that your
Rich
pop?
and Neve.
That your pop?
No.
Oh, okay. Yo, hey man. So listen, bro. I'm glad we got a chance to do this, man. Can we do this again after you win the next fight?
For sure.
All right. Hey,
We can do this before or after the next fight.
okay, man. We're gonna make you like our resident, champion that just come on the show and give us the rundown.
Definitely.
I got you.
Okay, cool, man. I'm proud of you, dude. It was a year ago we met, and man, look at you now. That's amazing.
World champ stand.
Yeah, right? Okay, man. Horse, you want to say anything in closing?
Hey, congratulations to you, man. Much success to you, man. Congratulations. And congratulations with the
I
crab.
appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me come on.
Yo, congratulations
Absolutely.
with the crab business too, man. With your crab shack and all of that. Congratulations with your business.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks.
Can't wait to get the free food. Stephen Fulton Jr. is the champ, baby.